Love is patient, love is kind, but love is definitely not stupid. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Madam Chomzi, and today I would like to talk about a video that has gone viral on the internet or social media. That's the story of Rob and Mayowa. My husband drew my attention to this video. Was on Honest Bunch, and I watched it. And this guy, his name is Rob, he was pouring out his heart and talking about how his wife Mayowa, his wife of 11 years, betrayed him. I wouldn't go into details about the story. If you're interested, you can go and watch it yourself. But what I want to focus on is just talk about what we can learn from his story. So just sit back, relax, and hope you enjoy this video. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, I'll beg you to do so. Also like and share my videos. Thank you so much. So I'll just summarize the story. So this guy Rob, married to Mayowa, Mayowa, sorry, I said Mayowa. He met Mayowa in May. By August, he proposed to Mayowa. November, they were married of the same year. They were married for 11 years. 4 years into their marriage, Mayowa decided to go to America, which Rob agreed to. And I also agreed to her doing a scam marriage to get documented. Then she would invite him or to file for him to come over. And based on his story, their marriage was not really solid. That's what I got from it. It was not solid. There was a particular text message where I think that was 2 years after the marriage. She was saying things about the husband that were inappropriate, and how she was fed up. And the man didn't even bother confronting her or asking why. Another point again that he made was she bought a house, or no, she bought an apartment, never told him, and also got a mate. And another thing again, he was sending money from Nigeria to the US to the wife. So these are the key things. So then I think this year, or I don't know, last year, what, the woman got married to another person. So as I said, I'm not really I just want to say things what I need to message I need to pass on. That's just why I'm here. If you're interested, you go watch it. It's a very long video. All right, so let's start. People say love is blind, but is it really blind, or are we choosing not to see what is right in front of us? Today my message is love is not blind. We just choose to ignore what we see. Let's be honest with ourselves. The attitude, you saw it. The disrespect, you noticed it. The inconsistency, it did not start today, but you just chose to ignore it. Why? Because of emotions, because of hope. Even pressure can make us explain things away. We make excuses for the person. Oh, maybe they are stressed. Oh, they will change. It's not that serious. Love did not blind you. You adjusted your standards to keep the relationship. And that's what it is. One of the biggest traps is falling in love with potential. You're not in love with the person. You're in love with who you think that they would become. And that's dangerous, because you end up building a future on something that does not exist and might never exist. I don't know if you understand me. So love becomes more about imagination, not reality. And let's be honest, we've all fallen for that. But in this case, I would think maybe the age at the time that he was a bit, he was mature. So that's where, will I say, a bit surprising. You would hear that kind of story, let's say like when you're 18, 19, your 20s, I would say most people will fall for that kind of trap. But when someone is in their 30s and 40s, you're mature enough to know when to walk away. When Rob was, his story, he did mention how he would text the wife or call the wife, and 4 days, 3 days, she wouldn't even like call back. Obviously, she would see the missed calls or texts or what now. She wouldn't call back, and he would talk about how he had begged and cried, and the one that he said she had not seen him for 4 years. When she came back after 4 years at the airport, she didn't even give him a hug. So these are clear signs that she's already checked out. So how I see that, the reason, I know Rob was saying he was staying because he loved her. I don't believe it. Yeah, he did love her, but the reason, and he might not want to admit it, why he did not walk away was because of fear. Sometimes fear of being alone, fear of starting all over again. You think of the time that you've invested in relationship. All of this can make, I do think, made him to stay in something that was already dead. So what was happening was that Rob was losing himself to keep Mayowa. Yeah, the truth of the matter is that we are supposed to fight for our relationship, but there's that fight, or to keep the relationship, it's got to be from both sides, cannot be one person. There are many things I did not just understand. The wife going to America and you are sending money from here, she knows that you don't really earn well, and I can understand if it was the first time she did go where she's not working. But a lady that had gone and was settled, she's working. Why are you sending her 200 naira, 200,000 naira? He will split his salary into two, and it wasn't like this was big money, or it was just not much. That wasn't even enough for him, and he was sending to her. I'm not saying that he shouldn't take care of the wife, but if you have to, you're in a marriage with someone that there's not that understanding of or empathy towards you. That's how I saw it. And this person is okay taking from your little, that where you are struggling, where she was, I would think she was okay because she got to the point where she bought an apartment. That's wickedness. That's wickedness to me. And I think that's where he was not picking up. I don't know. I think Rob was very naive for his age. He was very, very naive. So I don't just know. He himself admitted he was stupid. And I think that was it. He was really, really stupid. And while there's truth in patience and kindness, but if you're not careful, somewhere along the line, you might start confusing love with tolerance for nonsense. Love has standards. Love has discernment. Because love is patient does not mean you stay in something that is slowly breaking you. And that was the mistake the Rob guy he did. There's a limit to what you should tolerate in a relationship. Love is kind does not mean you should keep giving to someone that keeps taking without giving back, without respect, and without care. That's not love. That's emotional exhaustion. In relationship, especially marriage, you've got to be patient, but patient does not mean self-abandonment. And I think that's where the Rob guy made a big mistake. He's patient, he's kind, but his own is borderline stupidity. There are clear messages. I don't understand how you would see that kind of text message that your wife sent to a friend of hers, and you wouldn't confront the woman. It doesn't make sense to me. I just feel there was a fear of losing, a strong fear of losing the woman, because, and you say it's love, but there's no fear in love. If you love someone and your relationship is secure, you should feel free to be able to bring up issues and discuss. That was something that he should not have not in any way allowed to slide, in my opinion. So it's as if, this is not my own judgment, it's as if he was just living in denial. And it's obvious that the woman had checked out, to be honest. But he was still hoping. He was in love with hope. That's the only way I can explain it. He was hoping, false hope, that things would change. There was a clear message that he was alone in his relationship. It was very clear. So now I'm not trying to blame him. That's not what I'm here. I'm just saying that I'm just saying things that's for us to learn from his mistakes. So in Rob's case, yes, we know patient understands that it takes time for growth to occur, for change to occur. But in Rob's case, it's a case of self-abandonment, where it was okay for him to keep being hurt as long as she doesn't leave. So there's a big difference. Patience still has standards and boundaries and limits, which are boundaries, and also self-respect. But when you start accepting lies and disrespect and inconsistencies and call it patience or love, that's not love. That's not love. You're disappearing. That's what it is. Real love is actually simple, but not always easy. Real love respects you. Real love will consider you. Real love is consistent. And real love will choose you consistently. And it doesn't mean that it's perfect. It doesn't mean there's no disagreement. That's not what it means. But what it means is that you don't have to beg to be treated or to show that you matter. You don't have to beg. If you're getting to the stage where you have to fight or beg for your relevance, then sorry, it's not love. Confusion and inconsistency is not love. It's chaos. Real love does not leave you constantly confused, constantly anxious, constantly questioning your worth. No. Yes, no relationship is perfect, but there should be peace, there should be respect, and there should be consistency. If you constantly have to doubt yourself, overthink everything, beg for basic treatment, then that's not love being blind. That's you ignoring clarity. It's right there in your front. These are red flags. It's not love. From Rob's story, there was a lot of begging and crying from him to Mayowa. And what I want to say is that the moment you start to shrink, you start to beg, you have to over-explain and over-prove, you're no longer in love. And that's the truth. You're no longer in love. You're just negotiating your worth. At some point, we have to take responsibility, not to blame ourselves, but to be honest to ourselves. Because growth starts when we say to ourselves, I saw the signs, I just did not act on them. There's something else I would like to say about what Rob did talk about, or what I got from his story. I feel that this is my own personal opinion. I feel that the relationship went too fast, as in marriage. The marriage was quick. You meet someone in May, August, you already proposed to the person. June, July, August, that's 3 months after meeting Mayowa. Sorry, I keep calling her Mayowa. He proposed to her. I do think that's my own personal opinion. 3 months is not enough to know somebody. You cannot fully even know somebody. 3 months is just too short for me. It's not relationship as in casual relationship or you're doing boyfriend and girlfriend. This marriage is a serious thing. That's my own personal opinion. It was too short. At least date the person for some time, get to know the person a bit, know their values and what they think about issues, important issues, where they stand. Not 3 months you propose to someone and say you want to marry the person, then they married in November, so that was August, September, October, November. 3 months again, you are married. It's just too quick for me. That was just too quick. 3 months is not enough to know somebody. 6 months marriage, no, no. It's not. Marriage is not go in and go out. If it's just a casual relationship or boyfriend, yeah, you can break up. That's your dating, so it's fine. But when you're taking it as in the aspect of marriage, going into something as serious as marriage, I don't think that's enough time for you to commit to that, to marriage, because marriage is long term. It's long term. You're basically saying, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. How can you spend the rest of life with someone that you don't even know? So that's one thing again I wanted. And I do understand people do arrangements, arrangee marriage, that's what we call it in Nigeria, where you don't know someone and you just marry the person and they believe it works. Oh, you're taking a risk. That's my opinion. You are taking a risk. Because marriage is two people coming from different backgrounds. There's a lot. It's more complicated. You're also doing family, so there's a lot. I do think that it was rushed, and apart from other clear signs that he saw, and he ignored. So when your relationship or you're starting a relationship, you've got to trust what you see the first time. You've got to trust what you see the first time. Don't make excuses. If you're there, just gather more evidence to confirm what you've seen the first time. That's what I would say. Stop romanticizing red flags. That's another thing people do. If you see red flag, it's red flag. This one is very important. Don't date someone for who they might become. That's what I said initially. You falling in love with potential is very dangerous. It's not reality. Yes, people change, but it's not guaranteed. Listen to your intuition. Love should not require you to lose yourself. No. So love is not blind. We see everything. We just have to choose whether we're going to honor the things that we see. And that's the truth. So I don't know what you guys think. I would like to know what you think about this. The comment section. I do feel sorry for for Rob, but I want to applaud him for being vulnerable, because we live in a society where men are not encouraged or in any way. It's frowned at when people see a man crying or being that emotional. So that's a good thing that I would applaud him for. And again, I want to say something. It should be encouraged for people, for men to speak up, because men also go through things. Most times, it's women coming out to say how a man has done this in relationship to them and that. It should be encouraged for men to be able to speak up, because men also go through hell in marriage. And if what Rob was saying or did say was true, in the marriage, that was really evil of the lady. If all what he's saying is true, of course, woman will have her own side of the story, her own side of the story. But the only thing I would say, it's if you're not interested in someone, sit the person down and just end it. There's no point stringing someone along or not. In this case, I won't say she did though, but she didn't say it. She didn't just say it's over. Say it on time so that the person don't waste their time. And if they continue wanting to be hoping, then they're on their own. But say it on time, so because there was a lot of it's lingered for long. Really lingered for long. Another thing, a long distance relationship is hard. It's really hard. And I think that was another mistake they made, the Rob guy. You cannot, a relationship that is shaky, you now go and do long distance. The relationships that are solid, they struggle with long distance. Then yours that is already shaky, that you don't even know, you, every time you're begging your wife, then you're not allowed her to go to America, then also agree to a scam marriage. I just think that was one of the mistakes that he made. So I'd like to hear what you guys think about this whole story. As I said, if you're interested, go watch it. I didn't talk so much in details about it, but hope you guys have learned something from what I've said today. Thank you guys so much. If you have anything to say, please leave your comments or your opinions in the comment section. Please be respectful, because what I see with when you talk about relationship or marriage is always divided. Those that are supporting the man and those that support. I didn't come here to support anybody. I don't know them. I just picked from what he said to like share my own opinion. That's it. So don't come here and you're looking for who you fight. If you want to go and fight, go and look for Mayowa and Robert and fight them, please. Don't come and start looking for me to come and fight me. I beg you. I don't want any nonsense on that comment section. All right. Thank you very much. Bye.